When I first started, I was like just thinking of myself as a like customer service representative. And I have such a nursing brain that I was like, oh, well, this is literally just like nursing. Like when you admit a patient, you're literally going through all the health questions, doing an admin thing. Do you smoke?
With no emotion whatsoever, too.
Literally no emotion.
Shit, I never thought of that.
Any health stuff, any like blood pressure, diabetes, like you literally just, I was like, this is literally what I do at nursing.
Welcome into the Insurance Insiders podcast. I have Erika, and I'm not going to mess up your last name because I don't cheat and figure it out beforehand. So I'm going to let you say it because it's probably pretty simple.
Yep, Gueck. Gecko without the O.
There you go. I knew it'd be easy, but I was like, nope. Everyone says Gueck or something, I bet.
Yeah, Gook.
Yeah, Gook. Shocker. Oh, Lordy. Well, I like it. Well, I appreciate it. So what I do know is you work with Easton.
Yeah.
You sell some insurance, but full-time, you mom full-time more so? Or you?
Yeah. So
what's it like?
We're making the transition here.
I love it.
Yeah. When I first started, I was like very, very, very part-time. So I kind of was like you. I mean, I had no intentions of like doing insurance full-time.
So I make some side money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So I had 2 nursing jobs and an 11-month-old baby. And then I was leading a network marketing team. And then I was like, oh, let me also add insurance onto my plate. And that's kind of how I started. For like a full year. I was, almost embarrassingly part-time. I was like working. I'm a huge numbers person like you are. So I started tracking everything. And I was working like 12 hours a week when I started like figuring it out. Like I was like, okay, very part-time. I was working 12 hours a week, still having, when I work, I'd make money. And then eventually I like dropped one of my nursing jobs. And then I was like, okay, what if I know I can sell when I work. So why don't I like drop one of my nursing jobs? And then I started working closer to like 20, I think I have it here somewhere, probably like 20 hours a week, 20 to 30. That was like my second year. And then this officially 2026 will be my like full-time year.
Hell yeah.
So I'm like, we'll see what we do. But
do you get to hours from numbers like I do, or do you get to hours because you like sat down for 4 hours?
Yeah, so I literally I tracked everything. So first I started tracking. I I was like, okay, I think it was Stephen Yee that said it. I was like, let me treat this like a job until it's paying me like a business. So I literally was so used to clocking in and clocking out that I literally downloaded this like time clock app on my phone. And I clocked in, and then I would work your numbers backwards. And I was like, okay, how many dials did I get? How many presentations? And then I would do the math backwards of like, okay, this is the productive hours. This is the admin hours or BS hours where you're doing nothing. And it was so eye-opening when I did the numbers. I was like, because you can get so caught up in like, heck, you could spend a whole day doing admin work or like literally 100%. Working, but not working. Yeah. So once I like saw it visually, I was like, okay, this is the problem.
Yeah. It's hard for me. I'm excited about this because it's hard for me to articulate it to a lot of people. So I'm excited to hear you do it, because when you said I work obnoxiously part-time and then you said 10 to 12 hours, in my head, the way I do hours, because you've seen all my shit, I think most agents barely work 10 hours a week if we count dials and presentations and stuff.
Probably, yeah.
So, I'm fired up. So I want to talk more. Well, damn, I want to talk about so many things. I'll let you keep going. I'm going to shut up right now. You're on a roll, unless I messed you up.
So that's kind of how I started, I guess, just to like kind of backtrack again. So it's crazy. My first 2 weeks were in homes. So that was like when everyone was like trying to make the transition slowly. And so I did in homes for 2 weeks. That was wild. And then
what did you think?
Man, it was a whole different ball. Like I was just like, I guess I was appreciative for like, I'm like, I did not realize people lived like this.
Isn't it crazy?
Just 2 weeks of it. It like opened my eyes, and literally in my backyard. It was literally just in my town.
Really?
So
Yeah.
that was pretty wild. And then I went to Denver for like a lock-in or training pretty soon in. I was only like 2 weeks in. I went to Denver for like 2 days and I
Cool.
didn't have my Colorado license. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna try this virtual thing. And I think that the one day I did dialed, I sold 2 or 3 deals and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever go in homes again. So then I made the transition to virtual and then I really just, it's crazy. I was kind of like reflecting back on when I started thinking about everything this morning. And I would go to my nursing job, have appointments, and then I literally would, my first 2 weeks, I would go into this parking garage and literally change into out of my scrubs into regular clothes, drive to these people's houses, and then I would go back into my car, put my scrubs back on, and then go
What?
back into my nursing job. And then, I mean, that was wild thinking back to that. So I think I think the biggest thing is if you are starting part time, like you have to use every crack in your extra time to be
Yeah.
doing insurance. And that's literally what I did. I mean, I know I was only working like 10 to 12 hours in a week, but like literally that was every second I wasn't
Doing
doing
something else.
a job or doing something else.
How many kids you got? You got
Um,
kids?
Yes,
You
I have 2 kids. So I had at that time my first son, he was 11 months old, and
okay.
I had no childcare at that time either. So
Okay.
I was literally for a whole year I worked with my son on my lap until he was 2 years old. And that was wild. I just had to, I mean, he was busy. He's a busy boy, so he was like crawling around me and
Yeah, hell yeah.
with all of us. And I would just pre-apologize to my clients, like, hey, sorry, my son's home. I'm doing the best I can here. If you hear him in the background, that's why. And I think, I mean, I just realized like these are people too, just like we are, and they all have
Mhm.
lives and they know. And like, I was doing the best I could. I've only ever had one client ever get mad at me, and I was like, kind of like, screw you. Like,
F
you're
off.
not for me,
Yeah.
anyways. Like, go find someone else, because
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just doing the best I can here,
Good
trying to
for
help
you.
your family while I'm helping mine. So, that was a wild time, and um, then I finally got my son in. He was on a wait list for daycare, preschool. Finally got him in preschool, so that was a huge blessing. And then got pregnant with my second. So then I was pregnant that whole next year. I just had him in January of last year.
Last year, I was going to say,
Last year
like
I had him in
last
January.
week.
No,
Yeah.
not last
Yeah.
week. Just turned
Yeah.
one. So I
Cool.
had him
Love
last
it.
year. And that's when I officially last January when I had my son is when I dropped my second nursing job. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I just started doing the math. I mean, I would sit at my 13-hour nursing job and I would be like peeling my eyeballs out, missing time with my kids, and I'd be like, I literally just made 300 some dollars in
Yeah.
13 hours of nursing. And I could imagine if I dialed for 12 hours. I mean, it was all math. All my decisions were
Yeah.
math. Like I was like, if I dialed for
That's
13 hours,
badass.
I could make $1,000 in 45 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that
I
transition
love it.
was definitely a little slow for me for sure. I mean, looking back, I probably would have done it fast. I would have done a lot of things faster and a lot of things slightly differently. I could
Sure.
probably tell everyone what not to do, and you
I
could like,
feel like I feel like I want to say that too, but then you wouldn't have the education and the information you have
yeah,
had
yeah.
you not done the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, yeah, I think everything happens for a reason for sure. Because now
yeah,
I can relate a lot. Like, I will say I can relate a lot to people that are like coming into this part time and they can't just make that. I mean, because I was kind of the primary, I guess, breadwinner in our family. And so I couldn't just turn that income off, right.
got it.
So, that was I just had to do it slowly, kind of.
Yeah,
I probably could have done it
part
a
of it.
little faster if I would have
Yeah.
just dialed it in, but that is what it is. And then I was still working at home with my newborn baby. It's easier when they're newborns because they sleep for the most
Sure.
part. So
Yeah,
I
and
was
they
still at
can't
home.
escape.
Yeah, I was still at
Yeah.
home with them, and then I literally just finally, so I did this all from home. I just finally, December, so like a month ago, I was kind of like sick of my own excuses, and I was like, okay, it's definitely time for me to separate home life from work life, just because
Good for
even
you.
when I was working, like my kids, they're such mama's boys. I have two boys. They
Yeah.
are mama's boys through and through. So like I would try to be on a call and they'd be like pounding on the door, crawling all over me, and it would just like it just was not it. And so I was like, okay, if I can genuinely hyper focus and like 2026, not get pregnant, not have babies, not have a newborn, and just like get an office, it's literally been the best decision I've ever made for myself and our family is just
Good
like
for you.
getting an office and being able to hyper focus here.
So you're out of the house right now. Like, are you literally out of your house right now? Or are you
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
home? You are. Good for you.
I'm in an office now. Just like my
Hell
own
yeah.
little tiny little
Good
office.
for you. Good for
It's the
you.
best thing. I probably should have done this way sooner.
Yeah. I tell people, like, a lot of people freak out about that. I'm like, you can find like a room in an office. It doesn't need to
Oh
be
yeah.
like
I
an
mean,
elaborate,
that's literally all it is. And I'm like, I,
one of those shared space kind of things.
yeah, it's like a
Yep.
co-working space
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of, but
Yep.
it's like
Yep.
I have my own
Yeah. You
little,
have your own spot. Yeah.
my own little
That's
room.
cool. That's
So
dope. I
yeah, it's
love it. I
been the
love it.
best thing for me. Sorry, that was kind of
Why did you hustle so much? You were doing 5 things. What's the like
um, I don't know. I try to like think back, like I'm like, why am I this way? But I don't really
just who
know.
you are? Have you always
Uh,
been that way?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I mean, it definitely helped. I was in sports all my life growing up, like
Yeah,
dance, gymnastics, soccer. Like I'd go from one thing to the next. I guess it's just always how I've
that's
been.
who
And
you are.
I almost like when I'm not doing something, I'm like antsy. Like I'm like I gotta
Trust
be
me.
doing something.
That's hard to explain to normal people. I try, and that's why I'm asking you the questions because
Yeah.
I can
Like
relate. And I'm like, what else would I do?
yeah, I have
I
no idea.
just,
And then also I'm just like, I mean, I wanted like before I had kids,
yeah,
I had the network marketing thing and I was like, I just want to give my kids and, a better life. And I will say, like looking back, I'm like, man, I really have like accomplished the goal. Like initially I was like, I want to be with my kids and make the hours with my kids and have my own time and freedom. And it's like I literally have done that. And then
right,
now it's just like taking it to the next level to where like I do have that time. No one's telling me when I need to clock in, clock out. I can't be at this for my kids. I can't be at that. So I think it's just I don't know. I think it's mainly for my family is kind of like my
yeah, I love
biggest
it.
why. Yeah.
What kind of, for those watching, because I know the answer, but for
Yeah.
those watching, trying to figure it out, especially the mom, the one I can relate to a lot of people. The one thing I never try to pretend I can relate to or understand is your world. I see it. I respect the shit out of it. I'm like, but I don't understand it. Because I always had the freedom to just work.
Yeah.
I didn't, again, I have 5 kids and plenty of them crawling all over me, but I could go, hey, get them out of here. And
Yeah.
Steph would take them out and
Yeah.
whatever. It'd be easy. But for someone in that position, the moms watching, whether single moms, married moms, whatever kind of moms out there, what kind of money can be made and still live a good mom life, family life? What are you seeing, or what do you? Yeah, let
I mean,
explain
yeah.
what that's like for you.
I mean, it's insane. Like you can, I mean, it's endless here, really, of like what you want to make. You can literally, if you put in the work and the time, you can make it. And I will say, I mean, I guess that's when I started doing the math because it was like even on 20 to, maybe sometimes 30 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was bringing in like 15, sometimes 20 grand in a month. And
Like
then,
depositing, not
yeah,
AP, not submit, just for the. It's just
yeah,
for the haters.
just depositing, depositing.
Yeah.
So then I like am like, and that was while I was like with, with my kids, with
Yep.
them, running to appointments, doing all, all these other things. And then, you kind of start doing the math and I'm like, well, man, like if I can like really lock in and hyper focus, I mean, I like Monday through every other Wednesday, or yeah, Monday through Wednesday, sometimes Thursdays, I have to get my kids by 5 because my husband's on night shift 3 months out of the every 3 months he switches from nights to days.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh snap! What's he do?
He's a detention officer at the jail.
3 months on, 3 months off. It was not off, but
Yeah,
swap.
so like 3 months
Yeah.
days, 3 months nights. So like I
Sheesh.
have like a hard cutoff time Monday through
Yeah.
Wednesday at 5.
Got
And
it.
so I think it's just being like so productive. But basically, I guess what I was getting to is doing the math. So like
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I can actually get like 40 to 60 hours a week in here, I mean, you could make 40, 50 plus,
Yeah.
and then I mean, eventually if you build a team too, then
Which you're doing some, I see.
yes, yep. We're
1.2 million last year for your team,
Yeah, we're getting there.
right?
Yep,
That's my team gave it to me. They stock people. I got 4 bullet points here,
yep,
and that's 1.2 million for the year. That doesn't suck. 100 grand a month. Getting overrides on that. I mean, minus your stuff. So
hmm
50, 75, 80, 100 grand a month on a team.
yeah, yeah,
That'll deposit some money too.
yeah. I'm like, hopefully we should have we're in a lot of good momentum here, so that's good. January, I'm excited to see what January comes out as. I think we should be
Yeah.
around
Oh
250,
yeah, really?
maybe.
No
No,
shit.
I don't want to say 300, but
Why
I think
not?
we're
Hey,
slowly,
put some pressure on your team right now. They'll watch this.
literally, yeah.
Team, get
We're
to
gonna get
300.
300.
Come on. You need some hungry people to make some. It's like if Erica can do it, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got some hustlers on there too, but
Oh yeah,
there's
I do. Like
people
more than,
people
I mean,
certainly.
honestly, I'm like,
Who's
there's
on
a,
your team? Would I
there's,
know anyone?
um, I don't know. I have like Gabby Lay. She killed it. She just hit Hall of Fame her first
Hell
full year,
yeah.
which is awesome. And
Okay.
then
Congrats,
um
Gabby.
we just got we're just now, it's crazy because just like come like it was like the end of November, beginning of December. You know how there's like the 90, I mean, it's like they've got like a 90-day, like what
Mhm.
you do now, like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
we did in January is probably from like work we put in
Correct.
back,
Yep.
back in like October, November, December. And
Yep.
so it's not show like it's slowly starting to show because a lot of these people are brand new. I have this one guy on my team. It's crazy. He's only 3 weeks in. He's insane. He's literally gonna be like an Easton Patton or Jake Conan or like one,
Oh, yeah.
one of these big guys where like he hits a million his first year. He's like less than 3 weeks in and he's already written almost 40 grand.
No
And
shit.
he literally shows up. I mean, he's the hardest worker I've ever worked with for sure. 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. Like he doesn't stop.
Hell yeah.
It's
On telesales? Or is he
yeah.
out in the okay,
Yep.
good.
He's
That's
just
cool.
working from home. And
Yeah, yeah.
I will say, like, when you bring people in like that, it just raises the bar for the entire
Yes,
team. It's
it
so,
does.
so cool to watch. Like, I mean, heck, he's like kicking me in the butt, which is, it's like what we needed is
Yeah.
like new blood to just kind of like be like, hey guys, like, we're raising the standard way
Yeah.
higher than we ever have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's how our team grew when Zach and Easton and them started. Dude, they sold way more insurance than, and I sold a good amount of insurance. I hit Hall of Fame.
yeah.
They came in and smoked me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. And I will say,
They
like,
doubled
I'm
me.
so great. Like, I have the best team because I'm like, they push me. I'm like, they're much better
Yeah.
at sales than I am. I just
Yeah.
like, I will put in the work with them, but I
That's
have
cool.
a lot of learning, like a lot of growing to do.
Yeah. What up, y'all? So, YouTube memberships. We have one now. Right next to the subscribe button, there's a neon white join button. You can't miss it. Subscribe, whatever it says. Click the link, get in there. I do a ton of coaching, teaching people how to dial, corrections, working on their presentations, working on their mindset. I will coach on theory, but I like coaching real world stuff. And if you join the membership section, you're going to see live coaching where I'm not only helping people, but every once in a while I get in there and dial myself. There's some cool videos coming out, tons of content.
All of the training videos will be directly on my YouTube channel. That's available to members only. Super easy to find.
So join now if you're interested. Click below. See you in there. So if we go back to the beginning part-time stuff, when you said 10, 12 hours a week, what were you getting in for like dials and appointments then? Rough ballpark it. Because since you're a tracker, you probably know roughly offhand.
I mean, it's crazy. I will say, like, when, like, my first week, I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing, bad thing, whatever. My first dial day, I only had a 3 hour, I remember I only had a 3 hour window to book appointments in between my nursing jobs. And I don't know how, luck, whatever, I booked 20 appointments in that 3 hours for like those 2 days of in-homes that I went to the next days. And I got pretty lucky, I think. I mean, I it's been a minute, but I think
Sure.
mo I mean, I did get a couple no-shows for sure, but I think most of them showed, which I was like, dang, this is like not that
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Field's
So
Field's different in that way because they can't just ignore the phone
yeah, I
call.
mean,
That
they're
if you show
literally
up and they're not
they're literally
interested, they're
there.
like,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you can
And
still get
then
in.
as far as dials goes, I mean, my goal initially was to like, I wanted to always, I was running 2+ year old leads, like,
Yeah.
I mean, insanely old leads, which I was totally good with.
Sure.
I mean, I just didn't know any different, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was trying to hit around, I will say 300 dials was probably my goal on a day. I know
In
that's
a
like,
part-time day.
yeah, that was,
Then,
yeah,
to be
hard
clear,
goal.
I'm just clarifying for the folks watching. She
Yeah,
ain't
that
talking
was,
about those of you that work all day.
yeah,
She
that
had
was a
three
part-time day.
jobs.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
had
that was,
3 jobs making 300 phone calls a day. I
yeah,
mean, I know agents that bitch, moan, and complain now that don't make 300 calls a week and they're frustrated and confused.
sure.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a grind for sure, but yeah, I don't know.
What do you tell your agents coming in that they need to put in for effort, like activity wise?
So
Yeah.
now it's like, now it is slightly different because I'm like,
Sure.
we've got all the dialer, like
Yep.
it's just like probably a little easier and it's not easier because it is very hard. I don't want to get that wrong. It's not easy, but we always say our standards are like, okay, you want to hit two of the three, 500 dials a day, 5 full presentations, or 2 sales, and you want to hit two
I
of the
love that.
three of those.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That'll give you a full day typically.
Yep. And then we really do. I mean, because I'm such a numbers person, I work backwards with my people. So I'm like, okay, look, if you want to do 400,000 in a year, and I think we got this from Zach, you, whoever, I
Mhm.
didn't do this, but like 400 in a year, that's like 33 some a month,
Yep.
and work that backwards to like, we opened that office in Utah, and it was super cool because I'm like, dang, that's actually really good. If you're part-time or full-time, you literally count Monday through Friday, how many days in the month you're going to work. So like, let's say it's like, okay, I can work 15 days Monday through Friday, not counting Saturdays and Sundays, because we know how agents do that sometimes. So if you do like 15, you're trying to hit Hall of Fame, you work it backwards. So like 400 divided by 12 is 33,333. And then that's per month. And then let's say you're going to work 15 days, Monday through Friday in the month. Technically, you should be shooting for $2,222 a day if you're going to work 15 days, Monday through Friday. And then if you times that by 5 and you don't hit that, you have to work Saturday or Sunday. Like if you want to do that. So,
and that's still giving them a week off if they're only doing 15 days out of.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I mean, you just have to like, if you match around your schedule or
$2,000 a day, which is 2 apps a day, which is your standard.
2 apps a day. So I think just like breaking it down for our agents to that like dumb level, it's like, you don't have to say like, oh, I'm trying to hit 400 or 500 grand is like bigger than just like, oh, you just have to sell 1 to 2 policies a day.
Yeah. So how do you get people to, you said 500 calls, which makes sense. Do you give them lead flow to get to that, or what do you suggest?
Yeah, so we've kind of done a mix of things. Initially, we would just like send our new agents 100 to 300 age leads, and then kind of like match it with their work ethic. Like if they grinded, obviously we would provide them with a little bit more lead flow. And then so we did that for a bit, and then the Denver office started doing this like lead assist, and we've tried to kind of match that because I'm like, it worked really well for them where they did this lead assist program thing. So we started that for a little bit, and then now we really are just trying to, I mean, we have a couple people on lead assist, but I will say the people that invest their money, even if it's just like, I tell them to work their way up, because that's what I had to do. Like I couldn't just drop $2,000 a week on leads when I first started. So like get consistent of like, okay, I'm going to drop 500 a week on leads consistently, then 700 a week on leads, then, 900 or then 1,000 and then 1,500, and then work your way up to $2,000 depending on your goals, So I just tell them like, look, don't stress if you can't do $2,000 a week in leads, but like work your way up if that's what you have to do, because that's what I had to do.
Yeah. I was working with a guy I'm helping and coaching and stuff last night, and we were talking about how it actually gets easier especially when you spend, because people freak out about the $2,000 a week in leads. And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you know how easy it is to make 10 grand in a week when you have that many leads?
Yeah.
And to be honest,
Yeah.
we work our leads like shit when you spend that much on leads.
Yeah.
There's way more meat on the bone, but you don't have to grind the leads anymore. You just kind of like filter through and find the good ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then
a long time. I mean, I was on the opposite side of that. I was
correct.
like,
Me too.
I was the one that I was like, I was making it so much harder on myself where I'm like, finally it's clicked for me. Like,
I think they fear the more they spend, it's just more grind time. And I'm like, no, you're buying your time back.
yeah,
It's significantly easier as you go.
And your sanity and literally everything. Like, it's so much easier to just buy the leads because you're going to make the money back. And that's what Zach, that kind of like, you know, they say it's like, it's literally three things, like your work ethic, the amount of dials you put in, and then your lead flow. And if you're missing one of the three, like you can figure out which one you're missing easy if you track the numbers, like you say, like dials, answers, presentations, like you can see, like, I mean, for me, that's exactly what I was missing. I could close, like I knew my closing ratio. Mine was my lead problem. Like I had a major lead problem. So I would just like milk leads like none other. And it's like, it was wild. I mean, I was just
which is the first phase, you know, but if
for sure.
I think people stay stuck in that first phase too long because they're afraid to invest more back into it. They don't realize they're going to get out of that phase quick.
Yeah, 100%. So that is one thing I for sure would tell any new agent is like, just trust like you just got to invest in the lead. Like it's non-negotiable. You're going to do so much better.
I love it. Give them, I want to hear some, how much, what did you sell? What did you issue last year? Personal.
So
don't be embarrassed. I know you got Hall of Fame people. Stop it. I see it coming. Stop it. What'd you issue?
Hall of Fame is this year. I think it was one. I should look. I actually have it pulled up here. Hang on. It wasn't even quite I was mad that I didn't hit 200.
So, close to 200.
Yeah, I was close to 200.
Okay. So close to 200 on your own pen. Your team did $1 million. So another 800K on your team side.
Yeah. My biggest month was 55,000 something.
Hey, you made 6 figures plus last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Shit, nothing to be embarrassed about. I know you're in crazy company, but the rest of the world doesn't understand what it's like to be around all of us psychopaths.
That is crazy because I think about that all the time. I'm like, I used to think that I was doing like it's really humbling actually because it's like I used to think I was doing so good making like 10 to 15 grand a month like consistently and that was in a different industry and then I came here and I'm like that's like no I mean that's not even I mean, that's like what you should like that's not even great at all.
Agreed. What's funny is
like your lid like raises.
It changes. We're in different company, and most people that are going to watch this are not. They're trying to figure that out, and their brain can't compute it. So it's like I want y'all to understand. It's like watching her be embarrassed to make she say she made 200 grand. You know what I mean? It's like it's just if you're around the right people, this thing is easy, and I've been back selling for just a few months doing because I never did telesales. I was all in home. That's all I knew, and. You know, hiring a new direct team, and there's slight differences, telesales to in-home for sure. I don't think it's that fucking complicated, but you know, I after a while you do get tired of people going, well, you don't know telesales, it's hard. So I'm like, so I pick up the phone and I start slinging some insurance, and I'm selling 30, 40K a month, and I'm very part-time doing it. And I'm poking fun at the new people I'm hiring, going like, dude, I'm smoking you, and I don't even now I have a skill set, right? Like the sales side, you don't lose, but I'm like. I'm killing y'all. It's embarrassing. And I'm making fun of them. Well, little do they know at the same time, I'm getting DMs every day from everyone else in the agency and the company going, why are you doing so little, bro? Step up your game. Because they're all selling 80 grand, 100 grand, 120 grand. I'm getting wore out for only selling 40, you know? And I'm like, there's levels to this bitch.
Yeah, it's crazy. I literally asked Ethan when we were in Florida, I was like, do you ever, it's crazy because I mean, and you can tell me too, but I'm like, no matter what level you get, like, it's like, you just always want more. Like, I'm like, does it ever stop?
I will say
said no.
There's always more to be had.
Yeah.
Whether or not you want more is up to you. You know what I mean? But the more I've said this, the more money I made along the way, the more I realized how little I make relative to what's out there.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's bananas And I just try to, I get a lot of credit for all kinds of shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm a rounding error to a lot of people. It's just, there's so much out there. There's so many bigger fish out there that it's like, and I'm not unappreciative of what I've accomplished or, the people that have worked with me and stuff. It's like, we've done some really cool shit. But I mean, look at Integrity. They do I think they're doing I think I heard the other day, they do 25 billion in premium a year. And I'm like, I do this much of it. You know what I mean? Relative.
Yeah.
And you go, recruiting, dude, Brian Adams recruited Sean Mike. I don't deserve recruiting credit. Brian Adams is a savage. He's recruited the whole industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, there are levels to it. And he goes, he paid for it. Yeah, we pay for shit too.
Yeah.
There's just different levels. He's paying out hundreds of millions to acquire business. We're, running LinkedIn ads.
Yeah.
So yes, it never stops. It's just, who do you want to be and where do you want to be? Because I will say, not everybody stays on the ride. A lot of people hit a ceiling and they bail. They get off.
Yeah.
You're around some savages. I mean, Zach and Easton, they haven't stopped since the day I started talking to them, either one of them. And it's crazy to watch what they've done.
Yes, for sure.
So, well, cool. Give us some sales shit. The reason I asked how much you sold is I want to, you aren't only just like a mom over here figuring shit out. You know how to sell too, and don't be embarrassed about it. Whatever you want, I'm going to let you decide more so on what you're teaching people, what's important. To make that kind of money. And again, you've sold 50K in a month. Don't pretend you don't know your stuff.
I mean, I think just one, just realizing these are people. You just have to, and I think being yourself over the phone is the biggest, it's all just being yourself, genuinely caring about people. And then, I think the biggest thing is confidence on the phone. You have to be confident, and it's bad to say fake it until you make it, but kind of yes, fake it until you make it. And then when I first started, I was just thinking of myself as a customer service representative. I was and I have such a nursing brain that I was oh, well, this is literally just like nursing. When you admit a patient, you're literally going through all the health questions, doing an admin thing. You're literally okay, do you smoke?
With no emotion whatsoever too.
Literally no emotion.
Shit, I never thought of that.
Any health stuff, any blood pressure, diabetes, you literally just, I was this is literally what I do at nursing. So the biggest thing I think we tell new agents, and I had to learn along the way, is not trying to reinvent the wheel. People have already, Easton, he sold, I think it's right under $1 million. It was 900,000+ in a year on his own pen.
Yeah.
And so he knows the process and the structure. And I think the biggest thing is just not trying to do this alone either. So I was so plugged in to Zoom, anytime I was dialing, listening to them, I was just, I unmuted right away. Is it embarrassing? But I'm how am I going to get better if no one can adjust things or tell me what not to say, what to say. And also it just gets in that habit of, so then you hear other people doing things and you start to kind of take things from other people. And then obviously there's the script too. So, I lived on YouTube University, basically. Anytime I was getting ready in the morning, I was getting ready for bed, I would fall asleep listening to YouTube videos of just different people like you or Caitlin. I think it's Gardner.
Blackburn.
Gardner, yeah. I related a lot to her because she was a mom, she was a nurse, I don't know. And she was a girl, female.
She's great.
It's not, now there's getting more females in this, but it's just good to hear different perspectives. So I think the biggest thing is one, confidence, faking it till you make it, being a customer service agent, and then also just following the script because it's there for a reason and not trying to reinvent the script. We've had people do that, and it's why are you trying, and I've been guilty of it too. It's why are we trying to adjust this when it's literally already proven? You just have to, eventually you'll do it so many times where then you can tweak a word or two that's more of my personality than Easton's personality. Because Easton and I, we have very different personalities, same goals, but what I say, I can still say the exact same thing, just slightly different than Easton, and it comes across what am I trying to say? Like
It's more genuine. Yeah.
we're all trying to get the same thing across, but just in your own personality. That's going to come through over the phone, is just being real versus like you're reading a script verbatim. Yeah. So I think I always like what I tell my agents, I'm like, print out the script, print out the client suitability. And I do think those 2 weeks of in-homes were probably like the best thing for me, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I mean, it's not like on Zoom where you have someone.
Yeah, you're by yourself. Hell yeah.
I literally just went into that home with the client suitability sheet, and I was just like, I mean, I guess I'm going to wing this and just like go through it and call Easton and see what happens. And so that helped me a lot. So I was like, okay, well, we're doing the exact same thing, just over the phone. So then when I first started, I literally just had the client suitability in front of me, which has, like who's going to be the beneficiary? Are you smoker or non-smoker? What's the client's name? And then go through health and financial suitability, and then, where to place them, and then give them the few numbers. And so that's what I did. I just had the script and the client suitability in front of me, and I would just read it until I got comfortable. And then eventually it came to the point where like I said it so many times, and I was trying to get my 100 presentations in and just condense as fast as I could, that eventually you just become, I told an agent this morning, he was like, how do you just sound like a person versus like reading a script? And I was like, I've done this, you say the same thing over and over and over again, where eventually your personality can come out, and you can just say it with confidence versus like reading verbatim, So I think that's one of the biggest things we do, is just like following the script. And then we have a 1 p.m. like Q&A objection training every day, which has been super helpful. I think just plugging into trainings and following the script and not trying to reinvent the wheel is like the biggest thing. And then taking feedback too.
It's a big one.
When like when Easton's like, adjust this thing, you actually have to implement it and change what you're doing. So that is like the biggest thing too. And then just meeting people where they're at. I think that's the other thing too, is like, if someone, there's some people that come in with sales experience and they just pick it up right away. And then there's other people that, they have no, I guess, like, not to say communication skills, but like they have never done anything like this. And so you have to kind of meet people where they're at, and then just kind of go from there. So
what up, insurance agents? If you're looking for a roadmap on how to win in this industry, check out the book I wrote about a year ago, Do More Now, Get Better Later. Check out the reviews here somewhere. My team's putting them on. I'm getting tons of great feedback about all the people it's helped. Appreciate those of y'all that have bought it. Appreciate all the reviews that are going out. If you're new to following me or the industry, check out the book and get it in your hands now.
I will say we run ethos leads now.
Okay.
And a lot of those ethos leads, the objections are in the front. Like, they're all in that front part. So you have to just brush them like they're all just smoke screens. So it's like when you walk into, a store, like a store, and they're like, hey, can I help you find anything? And you're like, no, I'm good. Like, they're literally just their walls are just up, and it's just like when you walk in a store, they're like, no, I'm not interested. You literally just have to brush that aside and just keep going. Like, okay, well, when you were interested, what was it you were looking for? Mortgage, like leave money behind a family, cover a mortgage, or what were you looking for when you are on here? Like, acknowledge it, but also don't. Like, just literally just keep going and be like, okay, I know you're not interested. Like, now when you were on here, what was it you were looking for? And then they'll just keep going. Like, you just have to keep going through the script.
What's the initial approach on those? Like at the hello, what's the angle right off the rip?
Yeah. So I'm like, hi, John.
Yeah.
Hey, John, this is Erika. I was just giving you a call on this life insurance request you submitted. It looks here you were on ethos. Now, usually this comes to me when either your rate came back too high or you didn't make it that far to get a quote. Which one was it?
Easy. I love it.
And then literally they're like, oh yeah, it was just way too high. And I will say, sorry, ethos, but like I used to kind of like shit on ethos. Like I was like, they were the most expensive carrier. So I'd be like, we can definitely beat your rates. And I still do that to this day. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. Well, this came to me. I do work with ethos, but I also work with 52 other insurance carriers. So we can definitely find you something, that's going to be either cheaper than them, depending on what they said to me. we can definitely beat their rates, or we can find you the best rate based on kind of what you're looking for. Now, what was it you were looking for when you were on there? Just to leave money behind to the family, cover a mortgage, or what were you kind of looking for? And then I'll go into their why, like, okay, who, and then if you can get past that like first initial part, I mean, it's kind of game.
They're buyers. Yeah, they are buyers. Yeah, it's sure. Just they're like, different. They're pain in the ass buyers, but they're buyers. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And there's money in those things. Like you just have to sift through them and find them. Like there is good money in those when you know, if you put in the work and put in the dials and things.
It's funny trying to get people out of the headspace that they're going to buy a batch of leads and suddenly all the leads are going to be good, or some vendor, all the leads are going to be good. And I'm like, that ain't the game. The game is literally weeding through.
For sure.
To separate the dipshits from the ones that want.
The ones that want to actually like give you the, I mean, obviously, yes, there's ones you can like work through, but I guess my mindset was like, well, heck, let me just find the ones that are going to give me the time of day. Because I
still do that.
Yeah, I wasn't that great. I mean, I wasn't great at sales in the beginning. So I was just like, well, heck, if I have a work ethic and I can just scrape the ones off the top, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I hang up on a decent amount of lead. Like I had a lady earlier today and she was fighting me all kinds of stuff, just a shitty attitude, trying to forewarn me. You know, I might already have something. My kids have something. My daughter has my card. I was like, man, you sound like you ain't really fired up about talking to me. I'm gonna let you go. And I hung up.
Yeah.
You know? This is like, why waste the time with it when I'm not trying to arm wrestle people to buy insurance.
Yeah, for sure.
But agents struggle grasping. I struggled. I won't say agents. We all probably struggled with that at some point. I know I did. I quit my first dial day because I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. 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 It's a mental, I mean, I feel like this is more of a mental game than anything.
100%. Yeah.
There are so many days where reality, it's like, heck, you go a few days or a week not making a sale, like you can definitely get in your head for sure. Like I do still to this day. Like I'm like,
we all do.
I'm like, am I cut out for this? Can I do this? And then I'm like, come on, Erika, like you're good. Like,
hey, I'll let you know that doesn't go away.
Yeah. So you still always.
Someday, dude, I wanted to punch people in the face yesterday. Literally yesterday. I was like so frustrated. Just I had life going on. I had business stuff going on and my calls sucked. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to balance it all and I'm not trying to boo-hoo, but I got a lot of shit going on.
Stay with that.
And I was like, why the fuck am I? And I'm like, dude, stop being a bitch. And to be clear, I've already sold like, I don't know where I'm at this week. I think I'm at like 8 or 9 grand in like a day and a half. You know what I mean? And it's like, still, I was frustrated as shit yesterday. Yeah, I started to be, but I had to catch it.
Yeah. And that's what I did. Like it's weird. Like Monday, I got my face kicked in and I was like getting I almost was like getting emotional. And I'm like, what am I?
What are you doing?
Yeah. And then like, you know, you get in your head and all the things, but it's like, I always tell my agents, I'm like, look, the field will owe you. Like the field owes you. Like if you put in the work, I mean, you can have a bad day, have a bad week, but like if you put in the work, like it's pretty hard to have a bad month. I know there's like people, you know, it's not for everyone for sure, but that mental game is so, like you have to like check yourself and stop yourself from having that mental game. And then of course, and then like the next day, yesterday, you know, I sold like $5 grand in one day and I'm like, okay, why did I get so like,
and they were probably easy sales.
Yeah. I mean, they were just like, it was the coolest guy and he was just a lay down and it was like awesome. But yeah, that is good to know that that'll never go away.
Nah, I think we're all human and we're all broken. And some of us just learn how to control it better and not let it take us away or like linger for days. I try to not even let it linger for hours now. But I can remember when something would get me down. It'd be 2, 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes a week, 10, you know what I mean? And you just, a week and a half goes by and you're like, shit, I didn't do nothing because I'm so pissed off. Yeah. So I don't know how to make emotion disappear fully, but I can reach, especially after as many reps as I've had. And now you're kind of getting there. It's like, you can always recheck yourself with logic. And I'm 100% sure. I know my numbers so well. On average, I issue like $1,800 every time I make 60 phone calls. That's just what my numbers are. I just go, if I make another 60 calls up, and it doesn't mean every 60 calls will make a sale.
Yeah.
Hell, on Monday, I made 3 sales in like 22 calls. Dang. But then last week, I went 700 calls without a sale. I mean, like shit happens. But on average, over the course of time, I don't typically go, it's usually on average 60 calls for me to make a sale.
I wanna find out my number on that.
Yep. Yep. I
That's
just
awesome.
know what it is. Yeah. Yep. And
Because you do, I mean, yes, you do have to match the logic. Like when you are emotional those days, it's like, no, you know how to sell. It's just today's not your day,
yep.
or today's not your hour. I need to get to the point where I'm still at the daily emotional.
Yeah.
I gotta check myself daily.
I am too. I'm one of the most emotional people out there. I just hold it in and I fix it, and then it comes back in a couple hours, and then I fix it again, and it is what it is. So I love it. I love it. What do you, let's see, where do I want to go? Do I want to do more sales stuff, or do I want to do some building stuff? You want more sales questions, or you want to do hiring stuff? You pick. What do you like to talk about most?
Probably building.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So it sounds like you probably knew from the beginning, since you were doing network marketing stuff before. So
I came in like with all intentions of like, I'm building business.
Okay. How do you do it now? How do you advise it? How do you teach it? How are you getting the team to 1 million? And I try to tell people too, because again, sometimes they hear big obnoxious numbers. I'm like, you can print money if you help 10 people make some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take an army. But what are you doing to get your, I guess you probably have, you're doing a couple $100,000. What do you got? 20, 30 people selling, something like that?
Yeah. That's about exactly right. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I just meet people where they're at, because I know not everyone wants to come in and like, build a business, I guess. I guess I personally came in with the mindset initially is like, yes, I want to build a business. And then I was like, I'm not going to be a secret agent. Like if someone wants insurance, I want them to think of me. So I did social media from the start. Like I was like, I'm going to put myself out there. Like, this is what I'm doing. And then it's crazy. Like acquaintances and things, they've like tagged me in things like, oh, Erika does life insurance. Like, I don't want to be the secret agent. And then I just like tell all my agents, I'm like, if you do want to build, that is like, it's free marketing. Like you might as well, like if you want to build a business, it's literally the best thing you could ever do is like getting yourself out there on social media and building, just they can watch you, because that's how I came in. I mean, so I went to college with Easton and Jake.
Got it.
And then I knew Easton since high school. So I literally was that person on social media that I never said anything to either of them, but I was watching everything. And like, it wasn't quick. Like I watched them from like 2019 to 2023, like 1920. Yeah. So what, like 4 years before, so then when Easton reached out, it was just like, it was such a timing thing. So when new agents come in, I will meet them where they're at. So I'll go like their initial kind of like, I guess like onboarding, like goals call, like, what do you want to do here? I just meet them where they're at. Like if someone has no interest in building, that's fine. Like Gabby, for example, I mean, she was a stay-at-home mom and she had no sales experience. She came in also thinking she was going to do this during nap time. And then all of a sudden, she became really good, really, really good at selling. And she also had the work ethic. And so she just sold her like whole first year, and she'd had zero intentions of building a business. And then just recently in the last like few months, she's just like seen the vision and it's progressed. And I never like pushed her of like, you got to go build a business. And then now she's building a business and building a team and helping people. And so that's cool. That's been really cool. And then there's other people that come in and they're like, I want to build a business from day one. And I just, kind of did what Easton had me do, is like, I just introduced him to people when they reached out on social media and just kind of let him do.
He did the hard work. Yeah.
I genuinely learned a lot of this building from network marketing, which is like, it's like third party validation. Like I was just as brand new. So like, look, he's killing it. Like I send him his way. And then, he, in the beginning, he was selling, he was still selling, which was super cool. But, I just let him train everyone. And then we also went through the phase where the wrong people came in, and that was a learning experience for sure. And I got that pretty quickly, some roll-up debt. So that was a good thing to get through fast.
Learn some lessons.
Out of the way. Yeah, learned some good lessons there.
Let's talk about those lessons. I want to know what it was. Yeah, I'm going to sidetrack you there because a lot of people are afraid to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
You know, and even more afraid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it people you knew?
Yep. Well, yes. Yeah. It's crazy because we came in together and then she built a team too. And it was more like, she brought in wrong people and then it got rolled up to her and then it all eventually rolled up to her. So, it is.
How much was it? Will you share?
Yeah, it was like, I want to say it was like a little over 20 grand, which, in big perspective, like some people are like, oh, that's nothing. But like for me at the time, like,
at the time, it's something.
At the time, like, Easton was like, I really like leaned on, Easton, Zach, like I just tried to because that was my first experience. And I was like, look, I know everyone gets roll up debt at some point. I guarantee it. Like if you're building something like,
and then you change everything you do going forward after that.
Yeah. So, that was my first experience with that. I was just like, I was stressed because I had just quit my nursing job. It was right around Christmas of last year. I was 10 months pregnant, not going to get maternity leave. And then also, obviously not going to be able to work for probably like at least 4 weeks after having this newborn. So it was just a lot at that time, but I guess it was more my mindset. I was like, well, let's just like face this head on. Like I'm going to get through it and I'm going to pay it, figure this out and keep selling and build a team and figure it out along the way. Like these guys have got through it. So like it sucks and I've learned a lot along the way. But so yeah, now I'm like very more cautious of, I would say I'm still to the phase where like maybe I shouldn't bring everyone in, but like I'm still willing to like give everyone a shot, but I will be much faster to like let people go, turn things off, monitor debt, that kind of thing.
Hey guys, just created something really cool. And if you want to be part of it, join the Discord group I just created. The link is going to be in here. It's a dope environment. You can chat with others that are kind of in the community. You can see behind the curtain of our agency, have access to all kinds of stuff that we got going on, events, and my staff is in there. We have agents in there selling, me helping agents and sharing information. We're going to, as we build this thing out, share everything out there with all of you guys. So again, follow the Discord if you want to be part of everything we got going on. Join it now. We'll see you in there. Hope to help you more. What are you looking for in people to try to figure out if they're right or wrong in your eyes? Either before you hire them and as they go. So start with like before you bring them on, and then we'll go into what are you looking for when they get started.
Instead of selling people on why they should do this, I want them to like sell me why they should be able to do this kind of thing.
Great.
And I will say in life insurance, it's very different where like network marketing, heck, I could just bring everyone. It was like, let me just take everyone. I learned very quickly, it is not like that. You don't just want everyone. So, now our process is a little bit different. Like, whereas before, like I would be, trying to like, people would reach out and then I'd, like I said, sell them on it and
throwing up on them how good it is.
Puking on them and being like, do this, you're gonna kill it. Like, so now it's more if people reach out, I have like steps, and I think I learned this from Wiley Hawkins. He has like different, it's almost like 3 different things. So first I'm like, hey, can you get on a quick like 10 to 15 minute phone call? First of all, if they can't get on a phone call, I'm like, okay, well, that person's definitely an out because it's literally what we do all day is get on phone calls. So that's the first, just like getting to know who they are, what they do, why they want something different. Then I give them like a task. So then I'll send them the video of Zach doing like a business overview, and I'll kind of give them like an assignment, like, hey, watch this video. It'll explain everything we do. And it's just him breaking down the business. And then I'm like, once you're done with that, shoot me a text and we can hop on another call if you have any questions and just kind of go from there. Then if they do that, if they don't do that, I'm like, again, like they kind of weeded themselves out, which is great. And then if they do that, then I'll hop on a call, answer any questions they have, get them scheduled in the course. And I love the course that's like, you know, it just makes it harder to get in, which I think is a great weed out in itself, especially for like, you know, how hard this can be for some people. It's just like weeding people out. So then they'll take the course. And then really like, I can't remember who said it, but I really won't like spend a ton of time with people until they're licensed, because we have had a couple people that come in and they ask a million questions and it's like, you're not even licensed yet. So
what if they say this?
Yes, I'm like, let's get your license first. So then, but I learned that along the way too, because I did be the person that had answered all the questions, and then I'd like, I don't know, you just learn. So then I have them pass their course, then they go through contracting, and then contracting. I mean, I used to be the person that was like, I handheld everyone, which was like, I don't really do that anymore, because I'm like, now I just meet people where they're at, and if they're putting in the effort, I will match them with their effort. And then I'm not going to chase people down either. Like, you know, if they want to do this, they'll do it and they'll show up. If they don't, then I'm like, I'm definitely not begging you to show up. So that, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like our hiring process, I would say. And then as far as monitoring debt, I still should probably get better at that. So I don't know. I still need to learn. I do monitor.
Do you have staff or no?
Yes, I have a part-time admin, but she turned into more just like
I'll tell you, I'll help you with this one.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
I need help.
You're a numbers person, right? Yep. So I assume you're decent with figuring things out. All the carriers have a debt report. Just have them. I still, to this day, my team hands me they hand issue paid and debt together. Like the company does it. They do issue paid anyway. Obviously, they don't do debt reports.
So you just get the debt report from each carrier.
They print the debt report for each carrier. They go through it because it shows who's new debt, who's paid off debt, be clear, if someone has a chargeback, they're on there. Yeah, so you gotta have a brain to like know you can't harass people that just had a chargeback yesterday. Yeah, we had an admin once send like one of our top producers an email to pay back $3.12. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, use your brain. But just have them print out. Go to every carrier. They're very easy to run. There's a debt report printed out every Friday. And as you start doing it, you'll start to know who's been on there, who's not, who's new, who's lingering. And some of them even show how long the debt's been on there and who's responsible for the debt should it not be paid. Not all of them do that, but some do. Some reports are better than others. Some suck, some are detailed. But at its simplest level, literally one of the main things your staff should be doing is a debt report every Friday for you. They should hand it to you every Friday and teach them how to read it. You are going to have to learn how to read it. They're going to have to call some carriers and go, what the hell does this mean? What's that? Because they're worded funny and it's a little quirky, but a few phone calls with carriers, it's very easy to figure out. And I love that. We look at it every week.
And then I saw a thing that it was Calvin Wright that actually put it out on his. It's like it's a standard for like it's during expectations. Like, look, I need to go look it over again. But I think it's like if you hit like over, obviously, yes, if it's like a new chargeback, something happens, there's fluke things. But like it's like if you hit over like a certain amount, I think it's like 5K or I don't know what.
We're out.
Look at it. He'll like put them as earned until they like get it paid off. And then obviously like depending on the situation. So
everywhere else. So if they say they have debt at Americo. Yeah. If they don't start handling it, because they'll start writing elsewhere. That's what you can see on the debt reports. If you look at debt and issue paid, you'll see debt on one form, and then you'll suddenly see a dude who always writes Americo start writing trans. It's like, oh, why is he writing trans? Because he has debt on Americo.
Got it.
So then that's a phone call like, yo, if you don't handle this, I'm putting you on as earned over here.
Yeah.
And you force them to out everywhere else. Yes. Ooh, and you force them to, that's step one. Step two is you're terminated. Step one is take care of your shit or I'm going to have to make a move.
Yeah.
Step two is I force you to write where you have the debt. Step three is I just turn you off.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah. That's definitely going to get
it works.
This week.
Yeah. It works. And it becomes, you start doing it on the interview and the onboarding. Yeah. Then you see a little bit of debt. The very first sign to it is they start writing somewhere they don't normally write. That's the very first sign that they're having financial money problems.
Yeah.
Because they need the income. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, that's a sign. If you don't catch that, that means you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So then it's worth a phone call. Hey, what's up? I see the debt. Hey, make sure we start. Hey, throw a policy. I know you need some money, but dude, work a little overtime this week. Throw another policy at this company this week. You know what I mean? Like, figure it out. Yeah. And then if they don't, then those second and third steps are the next way to handle it.
Good. Yeah, I'm definitely that's gonna be good ASAP.
Yes. Yeah. You won't get. We have I don't.
Yeah. When I first started, I mean, I didn't even look at anyone else's debt but mine because I don't. Yeah. I didn't know.
You just don't know. Yeah. I got whacked. My first big one was 120 grand. And I was like, and I saw it coming, and I just believed the bullshit stories they sold me.
Yeah.
And that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, so I no longer believe the stories. Yeah. I just quit believing. I just go based on complete what the numbers say.
Yeah.
And then I watch everything. They will not get the debt. I mean, they won't get there. I'll catch it too soon and axe them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I am glad we had a conversation about that. Yeah. That is something that was like in the back of my head. I'm like, I don't even know how to, but yeah, it was a perspective thing too. I mean, that's what Easton was like. Well, heck, Erika, like I got, 90 grand plus rolled to me and didn't learn from my mistakes and all the things. And so it was just perspective. I was like, okay, well, thank God mine's only like, I'll definitely get through it. But yeah, that's good. I'm definitely going to implement that for sure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. If you have any questions along the way, once your eyes start spinning, like just hit me up. Trust me, I've been a debt maniac that was in 2017 that happened to me. So for 8 years, I've been like on debt. Yeah. So good. Well, I appreciate you getting on. Anything you want to end with? Anything I didn't ask that I should have, or anything you want to? I'll let you. Stage is yours to end it. No pressure.
I think just at the end of the day, like, I mean, for me, I just continuously had to like look myself in the mirror along the way and like adjust things from part-time to full-time and just being real with yourself of where you're at and what you can actually accomplish and adjusting things along the way and figuring out your schedule and putting in the work. So
I love it.
And I think too, last thing, I heard this the other day, it's like who you show up as today, you can literally decide. So like who I was yesterday, who I was in the past, true. Showing up part-time, half-assing it, whatever, like you don't have to show up like that anymore. So like today you can literally decide who you're going to show up as and go do whatever you want. So that's my little thing.
Well, I appreciate you, girl. Thanks for getting on and thanks for sharing. If I can help you at all along the way, just holler. Don't be shy.
I will. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
There you go. Hey guys, if you've enjoyed the podcast or any of the previous episodes, if you're on Spotify or any of the other Apple podcast platforms, would love if you'd go in and leave a review for us. If you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, share, do all the things. We'd greatly appreciate it. Helps get the word out to everybody. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.